Do you think that I'm going to let a little rain delay get in the way of my Rosetta Stone? Not in this lifetime. I will tell you the Rosetta Stone, it needs a Rosetta Stone because there's a lot of extra working parts going on, and this is just the world we live in when they do this, right? You're going to have a very small window tomorrow morning when you are trying to get your lineups in. I'm going to go ahead and tell you my strategy right now. I'm going to go over here to the solver tonight. I'm going to go meet me some lineups. I'm going to put them in. And I'm only going to do it with guys that are +1 or better, okay? And the reason I'm going to do that is I'm doing the Cut Sweat show tomorrow morning with Sia. I hope you come check that out. It's going to be live on YouTube. It'll be a good time. We'll be sweating the cut, maybe looking at some lineups. Just come hang out. Bullshit in the chat with us. It'll be a good time. But I'm not going to have a ton of time that when that's over to, let's say that DraftKings actually does a good job and moves the thing back to 10:30, right? That's 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 my time. Even if they do that, and then I got to go know who it is. Then I'm going to run over here to the solver if they give me that 30 minutes, and I'm going to go add a bunch of those +2 guys that I like, namely like Justin Thomas, Steven Yeager, guys like that just really jump off the page to me, and I'm going to go make another player pool. But I'll already have all my lineups set, and then I'll just go copy and paste the new lineups that I make and put them over the ones that I already have made in there, re-upload it, and be in there for round 3 showdown. That's going to be my plan, okay? For you, because you're not doing a Cut Sweat show tomorrow morning, I assume, you can probably just make yours while you're watching the stream in the morning and be fine. And even if DraftKings doesn't move it back past 10 o'clock, which they've already moved it to 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. They've already done that. So we know we have at least till then. And my host told me that they will continue to monitor it and will probably push it back. And they do a pretty good job. I would guess they give us at least 15 minutes, 10:15 or 10:30. So that's what we'll be looking at, okay? That's my strategy. I think for your strategy, you're going to want to wait as long as you can. Hopefully you have some type of optimizer, hopefully the solver, and then you just go in there and you have your player pool already selected the guys you want, and when you see the cut is officially +1 or officially +2, that's when you go add and remove guys, start optimizing your lineups, get a set that you like, go copy and paste them, throw in a CSV. You can have everything up and loaded on DraftKings in under 5 minutes. So that's the biggest thing is really, I think you want to wait as long as you can, because knowing if that cut line's +1 or +2 is going to be the most valuable thing. It is more valuable than any stat you'll find on the Rosetta Stone, because if you want to know who to play tomorrow, these guys that make the cut at +2, rather that's guys that moonwalk back to +2 or guys that maybe make a birdie or two coming home to get to +2, or if the cut is +1, those guys that are just at +1, you're going to want to have some of those guys in your player pool, because they're just going to be lower owned. People are not going to be fucking watching the sweat. We may have 100, 200 people. I have no idea how many people is going to watch the Cut Sweat show tomorrow. But what I do know is however many people watching it probably make up about 0.1% of all the people that will be doing action on a Sunday. Or on a Saturday. So what I'm trying to tell you is it ain't going to be dick. So you're going to want to get those guys because they're going to be tremendously leveraged, especially if you like them, right? So that's the biggest advice I can give you is really try to make your lineups. I know some of you have kids and wives and lives and you do shit on Saturdays. I get it. But if you're a sweaty tryhard, you're going to want to get the most relevant information and wait until the last damn second to get your lineups in there, okay? So I would reserve your lineups. If you're worried about you might forget or whatever, just go ahead and go make a dummy player pool tonight, and then you can always go update it in the morning. That's what I'm going to do. In case me and Sia's stream gets in the way and I'm not able to get over to DraftKings, well, worst case scenario, at least I have, my lineups in there that will have a legit chance of winning, okay? So over here, these guys are not injured. These are just all guys that are in question of missing the cut, right? Some of these guys are, I had to be pretty liberal with them, right? Like even Rory on there. I mean, Rory could go make 4 birdies tomorrow and make the cut at +2. That could happen. So he's going to be on there. I would say it's probably, maybe 1 in 20 chance that happens, but it could happen. So you got to be aware of that. And if he does, I will play the shit out of him at Showdown round 3. Justin Thomas, if he makes the cut at +2, you got to be on that news. Some of these guys like Tony Finau, he's currently in the cut, but if he goes and makes another bogey, he's out of it. So there's just all these guys to monitor. Some of them are still out on the course, and then some of them are guys that finished at +2. Okay, that's your Thomas, your Yeager, your Tom Hoagie, guys like that. And they're on there because they are completely dependent on this cut going to +2, because we still don't know if it's going to be +1 or +2. I'm hoping for +2. If you don't know, go watch that. By the way, go watch the Showdown Hoedown. I'm not going to repeat all the weather and contest selection shit on here that I do on there. Okay. So there's a lot of people you got to watch, right? Anybody that has that dark magenta, you got to be aware that they could miss the cut. That means that they are not officially in the cut yet, right? Okay, that's just something you're going to have to do, brother. And you can't tell it's a lot. 94 names on there. It'll probably only be like something like 72 people make the cut. So there's like a good over 20 of these guys that are on this sheet right now that won't even be playing round 3. Maybe even more than that. Might even be 30 or something like that. We'll have to see, right? So that's the big thing there. You're just going to have to monitor it. If you want to be really safe, well, then here's what you do. You go play guys that are completed with their round and are at least at +1 or better. Or you go play guys that are still playing the round but have like 4 shots clear of falling down, right? Where even if they go double-double, they'll be okay. That would be my advice. We got, I'm not going to play cash tomorrow. I don't see any reason to. Just play the shit out of GPPs. We got all of our stuff here. We got our ownership here. We don't have tee times up on here because you know what? There's a little technicality. There are no tee times yet. Yeah, I know. We got our Ori could. We got our be careful, chasing a hot round, guys. And we got our it could go either way, guys. True approach. I just love these 2 numbers right here. True approach and good approach is always. True approach is just when you get rid of their crazy outlier shots. And if you don't know, a guy like Jason Day, his true approach is really good, right? 1.65. Why is it so good? Well, because his approach wasn't that good today. But I think we have the delta over here, don't we? Yeah, you go look at his delta. Look, he only gained 0.23 on approach today, but his true approach was 1.65. How did he grow so much? Well, it's pretty simple. He probably put 2 balls in the water today on approach like a dickhead. That's the answer to that, right? And so that true approach, can really get rid of those terrible shots that cost you a full stroke or something like that. So I love that number. Good approach. You got to be careful. Some of these guys have not completed their round. So Scotty Scheffler's 65% looks good, but you got to remember he's only hit 10 approach shots so far. So we don't have the whole round. So we just had to take what we could get, right? We just had to use the data we had. Short game regression, bad round regression, historical round 3 are all the same. Price relationship is the same. And, of course, projections, okay? If you have any questions, shoot me a DM. But more than that, before you do that, just go watch the fucking video. I explain all this stuff on there. Let's kick some ass tomorrow. I think it's going to be fun. I think there's going to be a huge edge. I'm going to get belligerent as fuck, assuming DraftKings does not lock it at 10 o'clock when I'm still probably doing the cut sweat with Sia. I hope to see you tomorrow on the cut sweat. It'd be fun. Come hang out. It'd be much appreciated. I will talk to you then. Good night, you motherfathers.